Thank you.
This afternoon, today, I came to greet His Majesty to formally introduce again the organization I represent, Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana Cocoa Initiative. I was here before with 2 years ago with President Nana Akufo and President Ouattara. I was introduced to the king, and I promised to come again, and I take the opportunity for the birthday and also for being here to come and greet. So, His Majesty, we also brought a series of products: chocolate from Côte d'Ivoire, chocolate from Ghana, but also his birthday time, I brought some whiskey, champagne, and also personalized box of chocolate Côte d'Ivoire Ghana together to show the representation of the region here in cocoa. It's a very important region. So for my work, recently we had another meeting with the two presidents, President Mahama and the President Ouattara, just few months ago, when the cocoa price went down. And we discussed that we have to bring the organization to the next level. So the ministers are going to meet in a few weeks, and we hope that we will have a presidential meeting, presidential summit with the two presidents, to give a message to the world on the activities that we do. How do we tackle the cocoa disease, the market price, how do we come together, but also calling the other countries to join our effort. Together, Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, plus others, we are going to represent over 80% of the production. So we show the way, and now we go to the next level. So I came, His Majesty, to present to you this outlook that we are going to work more together.
I recall when President Ouattara was here, and President Fado, then you introduced to me. You promised to come back. You're here today, and I say thank you very much. There's no gainsaying the fact that we are having difficulty with cocoa. So, to me, Ghana and Ivory Coast cocoa has been the backbone of the economy. Ghana talks about oil and everything. Ivory Coast talking about, but cocoa agriculture is the main stay of our economy. It creates more employment, and it holds our economy together for us to build our countries together. And we are the two leading cocoa production. So when anything that affects cocoa affects me and affects Côte d'Ivoire. Interestingly, Côte d'Ivoire too, my people are there and they're here. So one has to feel that if cocoa is not stabilized. Recently, the fall in cocoa prices was something that gave me a headache as to what do we do about it. And we have to strenuously take a common position. As in Ghana, we cannot do that in isolation. And if we say that we are doing it individually, Ghana fighting in its own war, we wouldn't succeed. So it's a matter of us trying to find out what is wrong, what can we do together, how can we build together. Smuggling, interborder smuggling, all those. We need to look at all these things objectively and find solution to prices, how do we price it and all that, so that it doesn't become attractive for any side to do that. Then the cocoa plantation itself. Now we have people in Ghana, people are not going to farming, agriculture, because the old people who are there are going, the young ones want to live in urban cities and be in air conditioner somewhere, and therefore they don't find it very attractive. But that's what we have to make sure that we do that, because the incentives to farmers. How do we then entice people to go into farming? The pricing is also another issue. But then the futures market also creates a problem, because if you commit and you say that I'm going to produce 800,000 tons, and then you commit and it gets to a point where you cannot meet, affects your whole economy. So all these are all intertwined that we need to be objective enough to accept. And what do? Fertilizers, everything, empowering the farmers and everything. So it's an issue that we have to take seriously. And your initiative, what the organization, it's now should be more like the bonding company for the two countries. Nigeria doesn't produce that much. Other countries in the Caribbean doesn't produce that much. Brazil doesn't produce that much. So it's Ghana and Nigeria and Côte d'Ivoire that is more. The whole world's production is relatively related to us, and therefore, I think in our discussions with the president, because I know they met, and we still have to make sure that we take it very seriously in relation to, if we still feel that the economies of our two countries matter, then we have to take cocoa production very seriously. And even the pricing also, in terms of, we need to add more value to our, because if we don't process ourselves and do that, and then we sell the raw beans also, we lose so much. It creates employment if we add value to the cocoa, process them here and then export to wherever. If we then do it like convert it to cocoa, chocolates and all those as you have here, and then we can also export to the export market, that would all help. The problems are multifaceted, but we can still do it. So the challenge is there. That's why you, my son, you are heading that. So we should be able to seriously approach this. Ghana, for example, we need to collaborate with you and give you the support to be able to do it. And we'll be raising these issues at the highest level to make sure that we take this seriously at the presidential level so that things can be done properly. So I thank you, my son, for coming back with your delegation again. And I hope this time it's not going to be too long. It's 2024, 2 years. So, and I hope to see you regularly these days. So thank you very much for coming. And thank you for coming to wish me a happy birthday. It's 2 years. 27 years being here. And then the birthday is being counted. But your father will count and count and count as you go. Thank you. I thank you when you
walk out. Indeed, at the president level, we will bring these topics to reinforce the organization. And we'll continue pulling all this price coordination that have been working well, and recently not so well, to make sure that Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, when we do price, there is a maintenance so that we don't get this smuggling. And the question of the research, because the production, there is a lot of cocoa, but the cocoa disease is also impacted. So that's something we work together. And so as part of my delegation, I have my brother here, Monsieur Poulou Naïv, who is also Ivorian, but has been delegated by FAO. To work with the organizations. He's a researcher expert. He's also from the Sanui region, like me. So I asked him to join me also here. I also have Mr. Jibrila Suleiman, my head of finance, also here. Madam Priscilla Amemor from Ghana. She's my personal assistant. And Madam Angel Tigori, half Ivorian, half Ghanaian, also here, assistant for program. So Brooks, His Majesty, some envelope for you and your officials. So I won't disclose the numbers.